Hi, my name is Brendan and I work in sound. I make radio and podcasts with a specialty in editing and sound design. I've directed radio drama, I built audio installations, I work in spatial audio. And my favorite digital audio workstation, and I've used a whole bunch of them, is REAPER. It's so flexible and powerful, and it's the closest thing that I've ever experienced to working directly with sound. But I work in an industry where a lot of other people use Pro Tools. And so it used to be kind of complicated for me to have to switch back and forth between REAPER and Pro Tools. And so over the years, I basically taught REAPER how to use Pro Tools key commands. And I released that a few months ago, and I called it ReaTooled. But since then, I've actually started to explore a part of REAPER that I had never tried before, which is scripting. Now, I don't have any sort of coding background, so it took a while, but I am releasing this as ReaTooled version 2. And it adds a bunch of new features on top of version 1. Most notably are the tool modes. So if you've used REAPER before, you know that REAPER doesn't really natively have different types of tools. It has kind of a multi-tool or smart tool mode that changes its function depending on where you're hovering your mouse. And if you used ReaTooled version 1, I modeled that after the way the smart tool works in Pro Tools. But now I've added different types of tool modes. So these use the same key commands as in Pro Tools. So if you do Command 2, that'll switch you into trim tool mode. And that's a trim tool that only trims. It doesn't do anything else. And then Command 3 is a selector tool mode. And Command 4 is the move tool, which is like the grabber tool in Pro Tools. Command 5 is a scrub tool. And then Command 7 is the multi-tool, and that's the default mode. And that is the one that changes depending on where you move your mouse. There's also Command 1, which is a zoom tool. So if you do Command 1 and make a selection, it will zoom to fill the screen with that selection. There is also a zoom to selection toggle in the top corner here, which is mapped to the E key. And so if you make a selection to an item and click that button or type E, it will fill the screen with that selection. And then if you type E again, it will go back to your previous view. Okay, so that's tool modes in ReaTooled version 2, but I've also added a bunch of other advanced options. And to talk about these, I actually need to show you Pro Tools for a moment. So down here, you see these 8 buttons right here. Basically, I've taken those 8 functions and replicated them right here, right below the tools in ReaTooled version 2. So here is your tab to transient toggle. And what this means is if you click on an item and it's turned on, if you type the tab key, it will move the edit cursor to the next transient in the item. But if you turn this off, instead of moving with transients, it moves based on the edit points of the item. So where the item starts and ends, or where fades start and end. So that's tab to transient. This next one, I'm calling this link play cursor to edit cursor. And basically it does the same thing as link timeline and edit selection in Pro Tools. But Pro Tools and REAPER work slightly differently in terms of their edit cursor and playhead and timeline. So let me show you what this does. Basically, if you have this turned on, it works just the way REAPER works out of the box. But if you turn it off,
iconic
you can decouple the playhead from the edit cursor. So for example,
New York City buildings
and
I'm
playing right
a long
now,
stretch of beach.
I can move this marker, this play marker, and then next time I hit spacebar, it's going to play from wherever that play marker
quintessential images of Coney Island,
not from the edit cursor.
Coney Island.
And then if I turn it on, that play marker disappears.
New York City
Now it plays
buildings
just from
and
the edit cursor.
a long stretch
So it should have a similar functionality to Pro Tools. That works in conjunction with this other function. I'm going to skip over this one for a moment, which is edit cursor follows playback on stop, which does the same thing as insertion follows playback in Pro Tools. If I'm hitting play,
New York City buildings and
the edit cursor jumps to where I last left off.
Then a long stretch of beach.
And then continues from the place where I last stopped. But if I turn this off, now
iconic New York City buildings and
every time I start
New York
and
City
stop,
buildings,
it'll go back
iconic
to
New York City
that edit cursor. So there might be situations where you might want to be in that mode, and now you have the option. Right here is your track selection follows item selection button. And that basically means when you are clicking on an item, the track is selected as well. And if you turn that off, you can independently click on items and select tracks, and they're not connected to one another. Down here is your move envelope points with media items. That's basically the same thing as this button right up here in the main toolbar, but I just put it here with a new icon, basically to replicate its place in Pro Tools for people who are coming to Reaper from Pro Tools. Next, we have toggle ripple all markers locked, which is very similar to what this is in Pro Tools, markers follow edit. By default, when you make a marker and you make an edit, the marker moves with the edit, which is not how it works by default in Pro Tools. This allows you to turn that off. So if I wanted to make an edit here, I can have that marker locked. This next one is toggling pooled MIDI source data on ghost items. Basically, this is a way of making it so if you make a MIDI item and you copy the MIDI item, changes that you make to one MIDI item apply to the copy. That's kind of an advanced thing, but it's there for people who want to use that. Okay, so this last one is trim content behind media items when editing. So by default, I have the auto crossfade turned on in Reaper. So if you have two items and you push them into one another, it makes an auto crossfade. But if you turn that off and this button is on, basically it works the same way as Pro Tools does, in the sense that if you move one item on top of another item, it trims that item, or it cuts the content that was behind the overlap. If this is turned off, then you can have some overlapping. So the items will mix and they won't remove the content even though they are overlapping. So those are the advanced options in ReaTooled version 2, and basically keep all of these things on, and then you can start experimenting with what they do one by one. But if you're ever in doubt, just make sure that they're all green and you should get the kind of performance that you're expecting. Okay, now I want to talk about an important change between ReaTooled version 1 and 2. In ReaTooled version 1, I added an option to hover edit, which basically meant you could use the B key and make a split wherever your mouse was hovering if you typed that command, rather than the Pro Tools way of working, which is to click the edit cursor and then make a split with Command E or B. So ReaTooled version 2 is going to ship with this turned off. And this is a toggle that will be saved, so you can decide which performance you prefer. But by default, you're going to have the Pro Tools way of working, which is to click on an item, make the split, and not the hover edit. So just be aware, hover edit mode is going to be turned off by default. If you want it turned on, the toggle for that is Option H, or the button right up here in the corner. There's another important toggle for all of you who want to go back to Reaper's original key commands. Up here in the top corner, there's a ReaTooled button, and the mouse tooltip here says ReaTooled key map off equals default Reaper key map. So by default, I'm going to have you use my key commands if you download ReaTooled. But if you want to go back to Reaper's default key commands, click that button, and these toggles will get saved when you quit Reaper. And just as a quick note, if you do turn the ReaTooled key map off, some of the advanced editing options that I talked about earlier won't work because they rely on ReaTooled's key commands. You'll notice that this toolbar on the top right corner also includes some buttons that customize the way that the time selection works in Reaper. So those are the highlights of ReaTooled version 2. I've also included a bunch of bug fixes and tweaks under the hood as well. Oh, also make sure that you update to the latest version of Reaper before you install ReaTooled v2. I'm releasing Reaper ReaTooled as donationware, so if you click the link in the description, it'll take you to my website, and there you'll find a link to download ReaTooled version 2 as well as detailed installation instructions. And if you like what I'm doing and want to support me with a donation, there are also links for that at the bottom of the page. Okay, that's it for ReaTooled version 2. Enjoy.